And then he's still a polarizing figure. People, hate him. People love him. Same thing with Jake Paul. But, after the fight with Jake Paul, he had a FaceTime call with Ryan Garcia. Mm-hmm. And, Ryan Garcia has been kind of going crazy.
He has been.
I don't know. He's been a little on the little weird side lately.
He's been making headlines with the press conferences with Haney and other podcast appearances.
Yeah, and I don't know. I seen, we were watching a couple videos a couple of days ago about people were questioning about what's going on with Ryan Garcia. What do you guys think? Is something wrong with Ryan Garcia? Is he actually drunk? Is he actually on drugs? What is going on with him?
Well, listen, I mean, I'm not one to say that he's drunk or he's high or he's on all these sort of substances. I just think he had like a little breaking point, honestly. I think obviously he's had a lot of pressure for a long time. He's very young, and especially after he lost against Tank, I think something in him kind of snapped, because everyone was like, I don't know, he's one of those weird people that just has he's in a very interesting situation. A lot of pressure on him, and a lot of positive, but also a lot of hate, a lot of people were hating on him after his Tank fight. And obviously, he came up with excuses saying, he was rehydration clause, this and that. He was dying to make the 135 weight class. But I just think now he's kind of more in his being authentic. I think he always has kind of wanted to kind of talk his shit, just be brash, be a little arrogant. But I think he felt in himself that that's not the correct way to do it. That's not he's like the golden boy. He has to be like a role model or something.
Yeah.
But now he doesn't care. Now he just wants to be brash, be whatever the fuck he wants to say or do. He's gonna say or do it. I think that's what's going on. I think he kind of had a little breaking point in his mind where he's like, whatever, fuck everybody else. I'm just gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah, I would say he's probably high on life, on the sense of he's really much enjoying this moment. His fight with Haney is probably going to be, I think it's going to break pay-per-view numbers, or it's going to do very, very well. I think he also tweeted out saying he's expected to make quite a bit of money. He said billions, although I don't think so.
That boy's not making billions.
But he's going to make a large sum of money, and I think right now what he's trying to do for sure is build up, for sure. I think he's doing the most out of that. He's just trying to build it up. Yes, it's a little weird and stuff like that, and one could say, he's on something, but until we actually know, we're not gonna know. But yeah, he's definitely much in his era right now, in his zone.
Yeah, because I think they're reaching. They're just saying because of his voice and because I guess his arrogance, what the type of stuff he's saying, that he's drunk or something. First of all, his voice. That's such a reach just to say his voice, he's on coke or something.
Or he's smoking a lot.
Or he's smoking a lot. I think maybe he's just sick. He yells a lot. I don't know. There's so many other explanations to that. And then with the talking his shit, I think, he always has kind of been like that. I feel even in the Tank press conferences, remember, he'd always, there was back and forth there. There was a little banter there. I don't think it's something completely different.
I think it's a bit more.
It's more now. It's night and day for sure.
Yeah, now you see him chilling in the throne at the press conference, and then he has all these women come out and do little tricks before he goes in. He goes to the press conference in a horse, riding a horse. He be trying to squash the beef with Bernard Hopkins, and Bernard Hopkins. Yeah, Bernard Hopkins we got no beef. He'd be trying to beef with the people there watching the press conference. He's all I'll beat your ass. Beat your ass.
Yeah, that's true. I think, yeah, he definitely is being a bit more. Again, he's being a bit more brash, but I think still it's reaching. I don't think he's on coke during these press conferences.
He might be high.
You think so?
that Twitter space that came out when they asked
he was high.
He's I'm high as fuck.
I don't know. Then listen, if his training camp is really going like that, if he's just smoking and drinking and just half-assing it, just being a part-time boxer, I honestly think Haney will knock him out there.
Yeah.
He stops him.
Yeah, he would stop him.
I'm not gonna. I don't think he's gonna knock him out. I think he's gonna stop him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Haney is a professional. You know what I'm saying?
That
boy is strict, consistent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Discipline.
He is the type of boxer you want. You see and you're like, dang, that's a boxer.
That's a boxer. He's living that lifestyle, and of course, he doesn't have the biggest power. He's not Matias, but At 140, it seems he has a lot more power in him just because he's not killing himself.
Yeah.
So now he has a little bit more power. And if Ryan Garcia is just half-assing this training camp, I mean, he's going to get into a world of trouble. Because Haney is a professional and a sharpshooter.
Yeah, and he's very much, what would you call it, like, to the point. Like, his boxing is so, like, playbook type of style, like the jab, the right hand, keeping your hands up, or one hand kind of up while the other one's punching. So yeah, most definitely. I think I could definitely see him stopping Ryan.
Yeah, he spent a lot of these years, since being a professional or since turning pro, to develop his skills, and he's now at a point where he is considered one of the best boxers on the planet.
Yeah.
And while doing so, he's been developing his skill sets while also developing his brand. He's one of the bigger named boxers in the scene. He's not Ryan Garcia type of name, but he is still a big name. You look at his social media accounts, and he does have a good amount of following, more than most typical boxers have. So Devin Haney, very strict, very professional, very disciplined fighter. He has a good team around him, a team that really wants to, or works a lot for his development. The thing with Ryan, though, he's either pulling off the greatest promotional stunt of all time, or he's losing his mind.
Yeah.
It's one or the other. There's got, you can't have something in between. It's one or the other. He's either putting a masterclass performance and trolling, or he's just absolutely losing his marbles.
Yeah. Well, this is one thing. He does know how to promote a fight. He always has, and he's always said it before. He's always been. That's one of his points that he always likes to, say, because he's proud of it, and it's true. I mean, he has so much followers. I mean, it's insane. He has so much followers. He does know how to promote. He's been on like podcasts with like PBD, Ariel Haiwani, and obviously the press conferences. Every clip of those is going viral.
Yeah.
So maybe he's a mastermind. Maybe we're doubting King Rai a little too much. Maybe he's a super mastermind, and his plan is to fool everybody, think he's slacking off. The day of the fight, April 28th. He comes in his best shape. 8-pack comes in his best shape, and he knocks out Devin Haney. Imagine. Oh no.
8-pack.